I am so glad you convinced me that the family car should be the Defender 110. It is so beautiful inside, it's so comfortable, and it just feels indestructible.
Yes, it really is. I've been waiting a long time for the new model to come out. The Defender 110, I'm telling you, it's my favorite car of all times. It's my third one. You know, I have stories of going off road. The guy managed the group. He was like, "What are you doing in this beautiful car?" I'm like, "I'm going off road." He's like, "Are you sure? Because you can use one of ours." And then they look like Mad Max cars. I'm like, "No, no, 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 we're going to do this." And he was shocked.
Wow. Well, it's great because the Defender has been reimagined for 21st century adventure, and its unparalleled off-road ability as well as its robust interior are invaluable whether you're headed towards uncharted territory or just a weekend of exploration. The Defender 110 tackles challenging surroundings with absolute confidence. The SUV conveys strength outside and in, featuring peerless technology like an intuitive driver display and an award-winning infotainment system. That's my favorite part, to keep you connected no matter where the journey takes you. Adventure is unique to everyone, and so is the Defender. Choose from the two-door Defender 90, the four-door Defender 110, or the larger Defender 130 with the ability to seat up to 8 passengers. You'll find uncompromising performance in all three. So pack up and go even further with the Defender 110. Learn more at LandRoverUSA.com/Defender.
These days, we're all investors, trying to be smart with our money despite our worst impulses. But at iShares, we believe that deep down inside of every investor is a better investor. One that's just waiting to be let out. Explore iShares ETFs and insights and let your best investor out. Visit iShares.com for more information.
Every single day on my Twitter account, follow me at Altucher. I'm doing the adult improvement tip of the day. As an adult, I've become a chess master, professional stand-up comedian, a computer programmer, an investor, a hedge fund manager, an entrepreneur. In some cases, I've mastered some of these new fields. It's no good to just do something mindlessly over and over and over again and not get better. You get happier when you improve. New research shows that adults can improve just as easily as kids, or almost as easily. I've written books about adult improvement. I have new ideas that beat out the 10,000 hour rule. And I'm doing a whole thread every single day, one tip a day for the next 100 days, adult improvement tip of the day. Find me on Twitter at Altucher.
This isn't your average business podcast, and he's not your average host. This is the James Altucher Show. Today on the James Altucher Show.
Yet another episode I want my kids to listen to so they could start doing their own side hustle and build not only a decent salary, but maybe even build wealth. Doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter what your experience is. I have on today Laura Sprinkle, who tells us how to make a significant amount of money, even up to 7 figures a year, being what's called an affiliate manager. She explains what it is, how to do it, whether you're looking for something to do on the side or something to do full time, or you know someone who is. I think this is a great entrepreneurship idea for the solopreneur or the entrepreneur. Here's Laura Sprinkle with being an affiliate manager. What does an affiliate manager do? By the way, I know affiliate managers who make millions of dollars a year. And I know for myself, just as an explanation, why I'm interested in having you on. So I have a free email newsletter that has 200,000 subscribers. And even when other parts of my newsletter business are lagging, like the subscription part of the business, because I put ads in the free newsletter that link, and I put ads in for free, but they link to other newsletters and I get an affiliate fee. That is always the free newsletter is the most profitable part of my business because of affiliates. And we use an affiliate manager in-house, someone like you, to set up all the affiliate deals, and it creates a lot of money. Now, I imagine if you do it on your own, as you do, then it generates a good income for you or wealth. So what is an affiliate manager?
Yeah. So an affiliate manager is somebody who manages the relationships between different business owners and partnerships. So I primarily focus on launches. So rather than like a newsletter that you're talking about, it would be someone who has an online program and
Like a course.
like a course or a membership that they sell online, and then they want to get in front of other people's audiences and give them a commission if anybody purchases. So the affiliate manager manages the relationship, manages, from start to finish, like attracting. I have a whole framework that I take people through, but attracting the partners to activating them, providing them with assets, copy, swipes, tech, all that stuff, all the way through payouts.
Just to back up 1 second. So let's say I'm launching an online course. Like I'm launching James Altucher's guide to having beautiful, the James Altucher beauty guide, because I'm beautiful, obviously.
It's a great idea.
And I'm charging $500 because it's probably worth much more, but I'm charging $500. And now let's say I don't have any email list or any followers myself. I would contact someone like you who would say, you know what, you should go on John Smith's Stocks for Everyone newsletter. And so there'll be an ad for me for my beauty guide. Click here to get James Altucher's beauty guide. No further explanation even needed. And people will click. Let's say, he has 100,000 people. Some percentage of them click, and some percentages of those buy $500. Then he does an affiliate deal with me, or I do an affiliate deal with him where I maybe give him 50% of everybody who clicks through from his newsletter and buys. And then you get a cut of that.
So there are different ways that affiliate managers can set it up. When I first started, I had no idea what I was doing. And so I just had an hourly rate. However, most affiliate managers end up in some sort of commission capacity. So it would be a cut of the final deal, yes.
So there's always a lot of issues with this. So first off, we'll get to the money part in a second. But one big issue, the first issue that always comes up, you could probably even guess it. If I do an affiliate deal with someone or he does it with me, what's going to be his concern? Like he sends over a guy to sign up for my beauty guide. What's he going to be nervous about?
I guess attribution? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's what you're worried about.
I know I'm worried. What if I send people over and they don't tell me, and then they call me up later and say, oh, we only had 10 people sign up from your list, but it was really 100. Or there's a subtle issue related to attribution too, but we'll get to that in a second. But how do you resolve that?
Oh, well, first and foremost, the basis of all kind of partnerships that I work with, like if I don't trust the person that I'm partnering with, like it's not going to happen. I think there has to be a mutual relationship up front. I do feel like even your example with if you had a beauty guide that then you would promote, you had mentioned putting it in a newsletter about real estate I guess if you like really knew them, but I would look for really aligned partnerships that you already had a relationship with in your industry. So if you were going to have a beauty guide, it's like what other types of things are people buying that are complementary to that beauty guide? And you're probably already meeting those kinds of people if that was your industry, at industry
other
events.
Beautiful people.
Other beautiful people. Exactly.
We hang out at events.
And there would be a deeper level of trust involved. I mean, there's definitely like technical things that can happen that can.
But there's software also, right? That keeps track. Like, what are some of the software packages? Or I know they change all the time. So,
yeah, I personally like using something like Infusionsoft or Entreport just because you can do all in one, right? They can track payments. You could create systems where I can see how many leads and I can see the names and emails of leads and actually send them. Like I could say, hey, James, here are all the people, or you could send it to me, I guess, if I were your partner. You could say, hey, Laura, here are all the people who are interested in the beauty guide. Now follow up with them. Send them an additional email and say, actually go sign up because you're going to then go be as beautiful as James is.
Right. Maybe. I mean, they could get close. But and then you would run that, you would send those emails through Infusionsoft and you would work it out with me that I'm going to use Infusionsoft somehow. I'm going to connect my systems to Infusionsoft, and that's how the attribution then is fully verified.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, and again, what's the usual split for the newsletter guy? Like 50-50 or 80-20?
So some people that I work with have physical products. And so physical product space, it's more like 10%. If somebody has an ongoing membership, it could be 25 or 30%. But in the digital course space, something that can be scaled, right? Like I'm going to pay the same whether I make one sale or I make 100,000 sales. It's usually more like 40 or 50%. Yeah.
Like a few months ago, Tony Robbins had a course, and he was limiting the number of affiliates. We were not an affiliate, and he was offering like a 50-50 split, and everybody wanted to be an affiliate for that because obviously he would probably sell a lot, and you would sell a lot if you had Tony Robbins on your podcast. You would sell a lot, of his course, and you can make a lot of money. This is for podcasters, by the way. This is much better than ads. Every time we've done an affiliate deal, it's 5 times as much, and it could be much, much more than that. 5 times as much as a typical ad. So we always look for good affiliate deals, and it has to be obviously products I believe in, but
Right.
because then I could talk, authentically about it and why I like it. But so how did you even think to? How do you get into this business? How do you start building those relationships? How do you find good products? You have to find 2 sides. There's 3 sides. You have to find the good products. You have to find the affiliates, and you have to do all the technical stuff in between. So how did you do all 3?
Yeah, I came at it, and I do recommend this path for people. I came first from the marketing and launch space. So I managed people's launches. So, let's say that we were launching your beauty guide. It was coming up with the marketing. It was coming up with the sales strategy around just you internally to your audience selling your beauty guide. And from there, because I knew launches so well, one of my clients, Selena Sue, who has a program called Impacting Millions, which is about media, was like, okay, our launch so well. We want to expand further. We want to get in front of people's audiences. Will you manage the affiliate side? And that's really where I fell in love with all things affiliates, because then you just get to strategize. But
first off, I didn't know you worked with Selena Sue. She is my favorite because
I love Selena.
she is, I don't want to say she's not a shy person, but she's not an extrovert, and she's often, I've been to tons of conferences or networking dinners or with her. I've known her for about 7 or 8 years. She's not the most she almost at first glance, I don't want to say meek because that's not her at all, but she might seem that way. And she has this course on impacting millions in the media and how to get your products and brand. It's like how to do your own PR, how to get on TV a lot, how to get in the print a lot, how to get mentioned in online articles. And she would launch this course, like you say, like she would plan for months, creating the course, doing videos, doing text, planting the seeds. And then there's doing the copywriting, like what's all the marketing look like? And that's an entirely other topic. But, the marketing has to be perfect, and you have to test out different marketing messages and so on. But then she would launch the course. I don't know what she would sell for. I'll make it up. She would sell for like $1,000, and she would sell 800 of them and make $800,000. I'm making up these numbers, but I'm not far off. And she would make this incredible. She would launch one course a year, and she would make this incredible living. And I didn't know you were her affiliate manager. So what would you do? You would contact other lists. Like what lists would be comparable that you would contact?
Yeah, so after she launched it and had her internal launch dialed in, then she was looking at other types of people that could use PR and media. So some of the categories of people, I've got like a whole rings system we look at, but the categories of people we looked at were copywriters, were business coaches who are working with their audience could use media, right? Were Facebook ads managers who, if their clients were more featured in the media, they could use those media logos and put them in ads, right? And then it becomes this really beautiful loop of like, look at James and his beautiness. Like, it's awesome.
Right. and their incentive with Selena is that A, they're making money from the affiliate fee, but B, it might be, if they're like a business coach, they want their clients to do well in the media, and
Yep.
here's a good course to teach them. So that part of the benefit to their clients is that they have access to the Selena Sues of the world.
Yeah. And when
I
people,
wanted to ask you, when you
yeah.
said internal launch, that means she launches it first to her own email list, so she doesn't have to pay an affiliate fee.
Exactly. And I recommend everybody do that with their products first, just to make sure you have something referral worthy, right? Like even when I launched my program, it was, I'm going to see if people even want this. And then if people do, then I can get it in front of other people's audiences.
So that's why I often get a message, like let's say there are some people out there who are like meta affiliate managers. They find affiliate managers for their clients. And sometimes I get emails like, here are the best performing products we're seeing in our network. And so then I can judge what are good products to affiliate with, that are making money.
Yeah.
And people are finding to be quality products. So, okay, so they do their internal launch, which means they've gotten all the copywriting done, the marketing. They've gotten what are called lift letters that they could put potentially on someone else's newsletter, or they can make Facebook ads. They know which Facebook ads will work, and so on. So they already know all that. But then they contact you, and you go to other newsletters. Like in Selena's case, you might go to, like you say, business coaches that have a list, or a lot of clients or whatever. And then what happens?
And then when they agree to promote, I mean, there's obviously a long process. It doesn't have to be a long process, but there's a lot involved in actually attracting those partners, getting them on board. One that really does involve the business owner in most cases, right? Selena herself is extremely involved, and she's going to reach out to her business best friends, if you will, and say, hey, do you want to help promote and support this?
And so, like, yeah, I was going to ask, like, do you write to the ones that she doesn't know? Do you write cold, or do you have a network? By this point, you have a network of people that you would, try to affiliate with, given the product. But how did you build your network up?
Yeah, so it was a lot of just meeting people and then doing a kick-ass job. And through that, right, everybody is looking for other people to promote their offers, right? And so right when you do a kick-ass job, people are like, can you do that for me? And then you hop on coffee chats and meet more and more people. I feel like most of my life is on Zoom, but in a beautiful way, meeting new people.
Okay, and then so let's say, 20 affiliates agree. Is there like a launch date for that, or?
Yeah. So, and I had missed one of your questions that you asked around attraction and do you do it cold? I prefer not to do it cold. So we actually try to give generously first. And we'll keep using Selena as an example because she's amazing. So she's really good at media. So what she might do is if there's, if someone who is in the copywriting space who's really doing an awesome job, she might connect them with an editor at Forbes and get them a media feature. So then they have a personal story to say of how awesome Selena is at media in their promotion. So it's always like, how can we give generously first? How can we make a connection first? And then invite them to become an affiliate.
And why do you go to copywriters to be affiliates? Like, what do they do? I mean, I know what copywriting is, but how are they an affiliate? I've never heard of that.
Yeah. So if a copywriting, like someone who teaches copywriting, that is just one example of a category that could be good for something like a media, because, then they'll get even more business potentially writing guest posts as a copywriter, or as a ghostwriter for their clients.
But do they have thousands of clients that they could sell a course to, or a newsletter or whatever? Like, how do copywriters have access to a lot of people?
Yeah, so some do who teach copywriting rather than being copywriters themselves. And then in some cases, when we're looking at affiliate programs, we're looking more for students or referrals or personal outreach if it's a high touch program, or if it's what word am I looking for? Expensive, essentially. An expensive program. It's going to take more than just an email, right? It's going to take, hey, James, I really think you should sign up for this. So people who are willing to go above and beyond and do personal outreach. And those people often have smaller audiences and then have crazy good conversion rates because they're willing to go above and beyond.
I see. So, yeah. And so then you set up all the technical stuff, the software to Also one problem I see with affiliate deals too is, let's say I affiliate for someone and I know they have an expensive product, but oftentimes I find out later, oh, I sold the cheaper product, and then they use their list from the cheaper product to sell the expensive product. And I feel a little gypped when that happens.
Yeah, I would say that has been a common model, especially if you've got like a tier of offers, right? Like you've got your low level offer, which is DIY, you can scale that. And then, at the end of your 12-week program, you're going to sell a mastermind or something. At the end of that 12 weeks with the mastermind, you're probably not going to get commission on that second launch. It's going to be internal. However, if it's wrapped up in the launch, like if you buy something and then on that checkout page, there's an order bump of some kind and there's no commission, that's when I feel like that's pretty unusual. Like you should be getting commission on that.
By the way, you bring up an important point that everybody selling an online product should be aware of, is that when you buy something and you're all the way at the end of the checkout, there should be at least one what's called an upsell. So like, hey, if you like this, you get and it's $50 a year or $80 a year, you get a lifetime membership for $150. So less than 2 years worth. Why don't you just do a lifetime membership for $150? And those upsells are very valuable. They generate a lot of additional money for businesses that have online products like this. So, all right, and then how do you keep the affiliates all happy?
Yeah, that's a huge part of the role, I would say, is that after the yes. Like most people who teach affiliate management stuff, I feel like focus more on the let's make deals side of things. But if you're not following through on deals, if you're not making it really easy after they say yes, then you're just going to burn through your relationships really quickly. So we focus on providing really customized experiences. So for you as a podcaster, it would be, questions potentially, like question ideas that you could ask during that podcast interview. It would be, helping come up with additional graphics to get you to share more, honestly. Like we're going to hand it to you on a silver platter. Like here's your link, here's custom swipe copy, here's custom graphics, here's everything you need. And keeping in touch with you. Like I said, I would send you, here are the exact 1,000 people or whatever that are interested. Can you send them this follow-up email endorsing the offer as well? Because it's one thing to send somebody to a free thing. It's another thing to say, hey, I actually think you should put your money down and give it to this person for the thing.
Right, because you say sending someone to a free thing, I think that needs to be explained as well. Like,
yeah,
chances are I'm not saying, hey, you should go right now and spend $8,000 on Selena's course. I'm not saying that's what her course is. It's $500 on Selena's course or whatever it is. Chances are it might be, hey, my friend Selena Sue has 10 great tips for how to get more media for your products and your brand, and it's free. And then what happens is people go to a site that I send them to. They sign up for her 10. They put in their email address so they can get emailed her 10 free tips for getting more media. And that then she'll send the 10 tips, but then also, hey, if you want the next 90 tips plus a course, go to this page and it's, $90 or whatever. And that's what Infusionsoft has to keep track of all of this so that I get paid $45 if people pay the $90 at the end.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's making sure that you're up to, informed about who's interested, who's excited. I really love working affiliate launches where there's multiple affiliates promoting at the same time, because then we can do fun contests and prizes. So it would be like, oh, James, you are in second place, but if you get 100 more people to sign up for the 10 tips free thing, then, you could win $1,000 instead of $500, or you could kick Jay out of first place or whatever it is. So that can be really fun.
A long time ago, I think it was like 5 years ago, I was an affiliate for one of Ramit Sethi's courses or products. And I'm a big fan of Ramit. I'm good friends with him and I love all his stuff. And I was happy to promote it. And I was like number one on, I don't know if I won anything. I think I just won the gratification of being number one.
It is fun to just win, yeah.
Yeah, it's fun to just win. Like any kind of ranking triggers our the evolutionary, hierarchical alpha male to omega male thing in us, or alpha female to omega female. That is a good idea.
Oh my gosh, I love these clothes. Mizzen and Main. That's Mizzen and Main. It really is the most comfortable work clothes. Travel clothes. I had to travel this whole week. I'm traveling for a week and a half, and I just took Mizzen and Main clothes with me. Close out 2023 in style with comfortable, breathable, packable, and machine washable pieces from Mizzen and Main. As you wrap up your year-end goals, enjoy a Mizzen and Main dress shirt that you can wear confidently. I like that they've very, very just nice, solid colors. I don't really like to get all fancy in patterns and everything, although they do have some pattern shirts, but very comfortable clothes, stretchable pants. It's just super comfortable, but they look professional and you can wear them casually or professionally. I like some of their flannel shirts or untuck shirts. I love untuck. I never tuck in. So again, whether you're shopping for a special someone or giving yourself the gift you really want, I just buy myself gifts. Mizzen and Main is the perfect gift for any guy who works, travels, and or cares about looking and feeling great. As you could tell by my many photos across the internet, I care about looking fantastic. I'm practically a model. And let's be honest, every guy loves to look great. So again, shop now at mizzenandmain.com and save 20% when you spend $130 or more using promo code James. That's promo code James at Mizzen and Main, Mizzen and Main.com.
You know what I love about fantasy sports is that even though I'm not going to be a great basketball player or a baseball player or a football player or whatever, I feel like I get to participate and make decisions and use my knowledge of these different leagues or these different sports to compete. So it's like I can pick my team or I can pick my favorite players and I could use my knowledge to make predictions and maybe even make money. So with the basketball season here, you can now pick combo projections across football and basketball from the Specials League on Prize Picks. This is a league created specifically for combo projections that include two or more players from different sports or leagues. Want to play alongside some of Prize Picks' favorite players like rapper Meek Mill and comedian Andrew Schultz, who's also been a guest on this podcast, and I've been a guest on his? You can now find community plays under the promos tab of the app to view entries for some of the biggest names in the Prize Picks community each week. Look, Prize Picks even offers a reboot policy so that your entries stay in play even if one of your players gets injured. For football and basketball games, if you have a player who exits the game in the first half and does not return in the second, that player is rebooted. Prize Picks is the only daily fantasy sports platform with an injury insurance policy. What? So I love playing it. I love anywhere where I can use analytical ability with my interests to demonstrate some skill and maybe make some money. And I like the game-like aspect. I do wish they had chess as a category on prizepicks.com, but I'll settle for what they've got. Maybe I should make my own fantasy chess league. But in any case, I love Prize Picks. Go to prizepicks.com/James. Use code James for a first deposit match up to $100. That's the easiest $100 you're ever going to make. So that's prizepicks.com/James and use code James. Daily fantasy sports made easy.
The future of learning is definitely online. Like it's such BS that you have to spend $200,000 or take $200,000 in loans and go to some fancy school when it's useless. It doesn't guarantee you a job. Most employers, including me, do not care about degrees or grades or anything like that. We want to care that you love what you're doing, that you know what you're doing, in some cases that you have experience or that you're willing to learn. But people in general love learning and are curious. Like the key to success is curiosity. And I think masterclass.com is the perfect model for online learning. I'm really happy they're sponsoring this episode. If you're going to give a gift, give the gift of learning. Masterclass makes a meaningful gift this season for you and anyone on your list because both of you can learn from the best to become your best, from leadership to effective communication to cooking. Let me tell you some of the classes I've taken. I've taken comedy from Steve Martin. I mean, can you believe I can take a class from Steve Martin on comedy, or Judd Apatow, my favorite comedy director? I could take an actual class from him on writing. Wolfgang Puck on cooking. Dan Brown on writing, or Judy Bloom, who's been on this podcast, on writing. By the way, Wolfgang Puck also has been on this podcast. It's such a pleasure. I try to take classes all the time from masterclass.com. And whether you're watching Masterclass on TV or listening in audio mode in the app or on their site, the quality speaks for itself. It's like these Masterclass instructors are your own personal mentors that are going to help you reach the next level. How much would it cost to take one-on-one classes on comedy from Steve Martin or on chess from Gary Kasparov? You just wouldn't be able to do it. But it would cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. With a Masterclass annual membership, it's $10 a month. Memberships start at $120 a year for unlimited access to one-on-one classes with all 180 plus Masterclass instructors. So it's not just $120 for one instructor. You get all 180 plus Masterclass instructors. Boost your confidence and find practical takeaways you can apply to your life and at work. And if you own a business or are a team leader, use Masterclass to empower and create future-ready employees and leaders. That's the real education in today's world. So this holiday season, you can give one annual membership and get one free at masterclass.com/JAS. JAS, of course, stands for the James Altucher Show. So right now you can get 2 memberships for the price of one at masterclass.com/JAS. Masterclass.com/JAS. Offer terms apply.
Let's talk about the money. So let's say you work it out. I think the correct business model for you or for any affiliate manager is to get a cut because you know exactly how much money is being spent. Obviously, an affiliate manager on a Tony Robbins product is going to make a lot more money than an affiliate manager for James Altucher's beauty guide. But so you want to be able to benefit when you're an affiliate manager for someone who you believe is going to sell a lot, which presumably you believe all of your clients will sell a lot because you believe in their products. And how much can an affiliate manager make? How much on a typical launch, how much do you make? Like, what's a story? Can you tell me a case study?
I would say that it depends a little bit on how, obviously, like you said, it depends on how big the launch is, right? Like I've helped people do their very first affiliate launch and I'm making $10,000 because they're only making $30,000 to $50,000 on their
So you charge
launch.
like 20%.
No, it's typically around 10%, I would say.
Okay.
Although when you get into launches like Tony Robbins, at that point, you're probably looking at a smaller percentage. But I believe one of his launches did 32 million. So even 1% of that's pretty freaking good.
Yeah, I think that was the one I was not in. So, yeah, 1% of that is 320,000, or 2%, 640,000, and in 20. Gosh, what year was it? I think it was 2015. It was my very first newsletter I was launching, and I had too many affiliates. I had like 80 affiliates.
Yeah.
And altogether, the top line revenues, meaning we sold something like $40 million worth of product, but our split was 80-20 in their favor. And then I had another split too with the people managing all the technical operations and the copywriting and everything like that. So, and the reason why the 80-20 split was in their favor, they got 80%, I got 20, is because I figured, I would make money later with renewals. But renewals don't really happen as much as you think. And I ended up making almost like $0 on this because then some products make money and some products don't. So you have to pay also for the products that don't make money. And so it's difficult. You have to, but that was my first year of that business. And I learned. But yeah, so let's say, can you tell us an actual case study you've been involved in that, where they sold well, you were really happy, the cut with your take was really good?
Yeah, actually, so it was my friend and I run a program together to help train affiliate managers, and I'll tell her case story because I'm better at
Okay.
that. So she started out with a client that was the first launch was internal, and she only sold 6 spots. She made about $30,000.
$30,000 on 6 spots?
Yeah,
What
it
was
was
the
a
product?
certification program for EFT tapping, so it was a high price point. It's like the emotional freedom technique where you like tap on pressure points on your body.
I've read a lot about this. I've seen stuff. Hay House is a publisher that does a lot of books on this sort of thing. And
Hmm.
good friends of mine swear it works. I've never tried it. Does it work?
Oh yeah, she's led me through sessions, and I like emotions come up that you're like, where did that come from? Because it lives in your body, and so you can like bring it up, and it's
I'm gonna
science.
I'm gonna call bullshit a little on the certification program. Like, why do people need a certification program for that? Why can't I just read a lot about it? Have friends that are my first clients who give me great testimonials, and now I consider myself certified.
To read about it, oh, you totally could. But
So,
in
but
her particular method of teaching the program. So I don't think it was only tapping. I haven't taken her certification, but
I see.
yeah,
So she has a big enough brand that people could say, "Look, I use the Michelle Obama EFT certification
exactly.
program because Michelle Obama is the best on the planet on this, and whatever." And people say, "Oh, okay, it must be really good."
Right. And it's
Uh,
like a branding element for them to then make sales as well because they were certified in this methodology.
and how much does it cost to get certified?
So it was about $5,000, which is why she was able to do such a great launch with 6 clients.
I see. So she generated 30,000 of, let's call it, top line revenue, and her cut was, if she got 10%, her cut would be $3,000.
Exactly. Yeah. And
Okay,
then
so
that
that
was
was
that was just internal launching, and then added partners on, had about 30 partners sharing it with their audiences, like people, she's definitely in the spiritual space, so like numerology, etc.
mhm.
Had people sharing with their audiences, went from 6 students to 36 students. The next launch, they had 80 students. So it was 10% every time that they relaunched it.
And how many times did they launch in a year?
Two times.
Okay, so it sounds like she did well, but it's not like making a living yet. And I know there's definitely wealth being generated out there. Like,
Yeah, and
what's
that's just one client. So one client that you're launching with 2 times a year, making 30K each time. But as you like, if you had a launch every single month, generating 30K every single month.
Yeah, I see. So, and I know some people, sometimes you just have to stumble into the right product or have a lot of clients
Hmm.
but what's a case study with the biggest example you've seen of an affiliate manager making money?
So it really depends on the industry that you're into. Like I know I've had clients in the health space is such like you would think because they have products that are like what $47, $97 a lot, these summits in the health space, but they're moving thousands and thousands and thousands of units. So they're doing, like a $4 million launch. So 10% of that is obviously a lot more than $30,000. In the spiritual space, or people just getting started, which is where a lot of people I think get their first footing in the affiliate space. Yeah, I mean you're probably making closer to 10 to 30,000 in a launch, but if you can work your way up to working with people that are doing millions in their launches, and then you can earn more.
And how did you get into this? Like, what were you doing before you were an affiliate manager?
I was doing the launch side. So I was
Even
helping.
before that?
Oh, even before that, I actually wrote a book on gut health called She's Got Guts. So I was in the health space myself.
Oh, okay, that's great. That
Yeah.
sounds that's an important topic. Like the whole biome thing.
Yeah.
People don't
Yeah.
realize that you have more brain cells, you have more serotonin in your gut than in your brain.
Yes.
And like I always think it's interesting when people say, I got to check my gut on this." It's because they actually do have part of their brain in their gut, and the food brain connection and the health gut connection is very important.
It is fascinating. And that's why I went into all that, was just personal reasons. I got amoebas. I got parasites and felt so crappy and wanted to heal and learn the connection to everything. And I thought I wanted to teach it to other people, and it turns out I did not.
Did you what's your diet like? What kind of diet do you have?
Oh, right now it's terrible. It's so bad. But when I was feeling really good, I would say that it was closer to paleo.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
What
And
about
then
you?
I was that way for a long time, and now I'm more focused on I'll eat anything that I think is kind of healthy. Like I'll avoid fried, I
Hmm.
avoid desserts, I avoid anything unhealthy, but I do intermittent fasting. So I think
Okay.
if you could reduce reduce the amount of time you eat per day without having to feel hungry all day, then and if you eat modestly healthy, that gets most of the I feel that gets most of the benefits of any healthy style of eating.
Yeah. Yeah. And when I say mostly paleo, I focused on whole foods and feeling good and slowing down when eating too. I think
Mm.
like it's so
Yeah.
simple, but it's so helpful.
Who told me that? Jay might remember. Somebody says very healthy way to eat is just basically the amount of time you chew your food.
Hmm.
Might have been Stephen Gundry. Yeah, the plant paradox. Yeah, he's very good. So okay, so you were doing that, and then you got to know the health space, and you knew so many people. You figured you saw products you liked, and you said, you know what, I could sell that, and I know the people to sell it through who have big email lists, and then you got started.
I actually had no idea that affiliates were even a thing. And if I had, I probably would still be in the health space because I didn't do very well in the health space because I was trying on my own to like create content, and I'm just not a content person. I'm a people person. And so I wish that I knew that affiliates were a thing.
I'm the same way. I had published all these books. Books are a great thing where you want other people to be aware of them, and they
Yeah.
don't cost a lot of money, so it's hard to find affiliates for books. And I didn't know affiliates were a thing. But this I had this book, Choose Yourself, came out in 2013, and this guy calls me up. Hey, he read the book in one day, and he calls me up and he says, "This book is great. It's perfect for my audience. I've got like 2 million people on my email list." He flew up to see me, and he said, "Listen, write a few more chapters. My book Choose Yourself had nothing to do with investing, but I've been an investing professional in the past." He said, "Write some stuff on what your favorite investments are now and why, and we're also going to make a hardcover version of the book." I only had a paperback version and a Kindle version and an audio version of the book. He said, "We're going to make a hardcover version, and we're going to give away. Do you have any books that you've written that we could just give away in digital format?" And I had a bunch of books, so he offered a package. So I was selling my Kindle version for 99 cents. He wanted to charge $20 for a hardcover version. And so it was the hardcover version plus three other of my books in digital format, plus additional chapters related to investing. He sold he sold like he sold 20,000 of them for $20
Wow.
each, and split it and then like within 2 weeks, literally, he wrote me a check for half of that, 50%. So we split 50-50. And that's how he just generated money all day. Was he had this big email list, and he would find things he really loved and put together an extra package. You always have to give to receive. So
Hmm.
he said you have to give more. And so we put together the right package, and then he had a copywriter talk to me for a while to tell the story of why I wrote Choose Yourself, like, how I bounced back from going broke and all these things, and how I made money. And then he sold that very successfully for, $20 a piece, like just in a matter of weeks.
That's
So that's
amazing.
that's how I found out about affiliates, and
Yeah.
that's why I figured, oh, okay, this is an interesting business model, particularly if you. It's so easy to see when people don't really love the products that they're affiliating with. Like that's very important. Like you have to really love the product and be proud to affiliate it with it.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I like, wow, I feel like that's such a dream scenario to have somebody with a huge audience come to you and say, I want to promote your book. A lot of the people that I'm working with are kind of going at it the opposite direction, right? They are the people with the product, and they are looking who has a huge audience who would be willing to spread the word. So it's cool that you found out about it that way.
I have a friend who wrote a great negotiations course, like a negotiating course, but he didn't have a brand. But I thought it was a great course, and I wrote the forward to his book, and then he made a course with like 100 lessons in it, and I affiliated with it, and it made some money, but not a lot. But I wanted him to contact an affiliate manager. I don't know if he ever did. He was trying to negotiate with several big dating lists, like people who give dating tips or whatever. And I don't know if it ever worked out, but I felt he had potential to make an enormous amount of money, and the affiliates would make an enormous amount of money. But I don't know what happened. But like roughly, like not you, because I sense you're a little uncomfortable talking about how much you make, and I get it. Everybody is. But what could an affiliate, like an aggressive, hard hitting affiliate manager in a great space, whether it's health or finance or fitness, what do you think a good affiliate manager can make?
Yeah. And I do want to clarify about my hesitancy to talk about how much I make is that I don't actually manage affiliate programs anymore. I teach people to create their own affiliate programs. However, when I was still managing affiliate programs, I probably got to about $150,000 or $200,000 a year, and that was probably barely scratching the surface of what's possible. So I would say really quickly you could get in 1 or 2 years to 6 figures. And I know people that, like you said, are closer to that 7-figure mark. I just honestly got burnt out with launching, but I think that there are much smarter ways to go about it, including not starting out charging hourly and instead starting out with a percentage.
And do you now have affiliates for your affiliate manager course?
I do. Yes.
So you don't need to affiliate with me. I'm just gonna promote your course right now. We're not. To be clear, I am not an affiliate. I am not generating any money for this. I'm not advertising. But what website can people find your course at? To learn how to be an affiliate manager.
Well, I would love to send you some commission, but you can go to rockyouraffiliateprogram.com.
Rockyouraffiliateprogram.com.
Yes.
And who are the customers for that? Like people who want to find affiliates or people who want to be affiliate managers?
People who want to create an affiliate program and find affiliates to promote your offer. So people who have a digital course. If you have a beauty guide, James Altucher's beauty guide, then yeah, it would be for you. I do have another certification program. Well, I know how you feel about certifications, but I do have a different certification.
It's legit if you're selling the brand. If you're selling the brand, then that's fine. Like if you say basically, hey, I've done 80 of these and I've made this much money and I have a particular technique and approach to it. And when you say you're certified with my program, people know the value of that. And I'll send you all the the customers, because I've worked with all of them and they could check you out, but they'll know that you were taught by me. So there's some value there.
Yeah. So I have a certification program for affiliate managers, which is separate. So we just did a beta round of that. Because I've worked with a lot of amazing people. So Rock Your Affiliate Program, I'm just going to do a plug for it because why not? We've had 87 companies go through it. And in total, they've made over $20 million and growing through partnerships.
Wow. So it's about, my math has been bad since I had COVID. I have brain fog. I want to say that's like 500,000. No, that's like 250,000 per client, I think, right? Yeah, something like that. A little less than 250,000, but I guess some clients did better than others.
Exactly. Like some are more in the 3 to 5 million. Some are more, they went, like I said, from maybe 30,000 to 300,000 their first affiliate launch. So we've got a big range.
And the great thing is we were talking before the podcast. You had just moved. Can I say what state you moved to?
Definitely.
So you moved to Maine, the great state of Maine. What's the slogan of Maine? I feel like it's the great state of Maine.
I think it's vacation land or the way life should be. Both of those.
Vacation land's a lie. But maybe it is the way it should be. Yeah. But you don't need, it's not a high cost of living. Like you could pick your life. The great thing about what you're doing is you could pick the lifestyle you want, and you don't have to live in New York City and be an affiliate manager. You could live in someplace beautiful, which Maine is, and it's a lot cheaper than a major city. And as an affiliate manager, you want to, relax, maybe not work so hard every year, and you could probably save money every year and make a good living in doing something like being an affiliate manager. I always tell my kids, don't work in a store. I mean, do it if you love the store, but do things like what you're doing. Like an affiliate manager could make millions or could make 100,000 a year, or can make 80,000 a year and make a good living, and
Sitting
then
on
pick
the
your
beach.
lifestyle. Yeah, sitting on the beach, which is the dream. So do you know Jamie Stout?
I don't.
Oh, she runs a conference of affiliate managers in the finance space. And
Okay.
she's been an affiliate manager for me, and I think she must make millions. I have no idea. For all I know, she makes nothing. But the finance space has big numbers. Or I think she helped manage Tony Robbins' launch. Actually, what am I talking about? I think she was part of that 32. So, but anyway, Laura, thanks so much for coming on the show and explaining affiliate managers and how to be one. And if people want to learn more about this, they can go to your site, rockmyaffiliate.com. Is that it? Rock My Affiliate?
Rock Your Affiliate Program.
rockyouraffiliateprogram.com. This proves I'm not an affiliate. I'm not even promoting your thing correctly. And I promise I will not take a dime of any commission from this. rockyouraffiliateprogram.com. And thanks so much. It's super informative. And I've seen with my own eyes how much money can be made, whether you're an affiliate manager or whether you're someone using affiliate managers. And congratulations to you and to Selena for working together. Like, she's a great person and her course is great. And you're also working with my good buddy, Stephen Kotler, who's been on this podcast 10 times or so. And he's an incredible person. Whatever he's teaching is really good. Thanks once again, Laura.
Thank you so much.
Building a stronger financial foundation? Good plan. Northwestern Mutual's Guide to Good Financial Planning can help you balance spending and saving, set goals, and start creating the life you want to be living. You'll learn how the tools in your financial plan reinforce each other to help you minimize taxes and offset potential risks. Grow your confidence by strengthening your finances today at northwesternmutual.com/goodplan. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.